The Sherman Griffin. The Sherman Griffin, yeah. Welcome to this evening's Sherman Griffin promotional event with your host, Executive Director Hansel Kunzman.
Catral. Hi, my name is Hansel Kunzman. I'm the Executive Director for the Sherman Griffin Project. The Sherman Griffin Project is a proposed project to take an abandoned building located at 3825 West Center and convert it into a cafe, music school, and a live performance venue. It's an abandoned building right now, and we hope to renovate it. The first floor would be the cafe, and that would be run by the Belton family. And on the second floor is where we would have the music school. The music school would be a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, so we would be able to accept tax-deductible donations. You can go to our website. It's the shermangriffin.org. I put the link in the comments section down there. Take a look at the project, see there's some blueprints up there, some renderings. You can also see past promotional events performances. You can see our board on there and kind of get to know a little bit about the project. If it seems like something you'd be interested in contributing to, there's a PayPal donation button on the website, and you can just donate directly through that link. But if you're thinking about making a donation greater than $250, I recommend that you contact me directly. I put my cell phone number in the comment section there as well. You can just send me a text message. I'll then send you my home address, although my home address is pretty much everywhere. You can find it on the website too. Then you can mail your check directly to me, and I would respond to you with a letter of receipt, and you can use that letter of receipt to write your donation off on your next tax returns. So this project is a $1 million project. It costs about $1 million to do the renovations. We hope to get about $400,000 in city grants, about $400,000 in foundation grants. We would have another $100,000 in shares available to investors, and we would have we hope to get about $100,000 in crowdfunding. So it's likely that your donation would go to the crowdfunding goal that we have. We raised $4,500 to this point. We haven't been working extremely hard at that other than doing these promotional events, mainly because we wanted to get people to understand the culture and the nature of what the Sherman Griffin Project would be all about. Today is our 20th and final promotional event. By now, people probably have a pretty good idea what we plan to do with this project. And during September and October, we will be doing some very serious fundraising. We have many grants that we will be applying for in October. And hopefully that means that if we get all the money together by the end of October, we could probably begin construction on the building in December. And the construction takes about 7 months, which means next summer we might actually have our very own venue. We've been doing these promotional events since March, and I guess since February, actually. So this has been going on for about half a year now, and a lot of people have been helping out and volunteering their time and efforts to do these to help to put on these promotional events. We got some people here today, like Jim. He's been at every single one of these promotional events. He's had some great ideas we made signs, and he got a bar set up in our garage, and he said, we got to get some grill going here. We got Scott Summers. He's been at almost every one. He's been playing sax. He actually did one of these promotional events. He's just been helping out on the side and telling people about it. We got Latasha. She's been bringing lots of friends, and yeah. All of you are great. And then we got Leiko, who's been doing all those photographs that you see on social media from these promotional events are done by Leiko Napoli. She's incredibly professional. There are people. I got messages from people in Kansas City that were saying, "Wow, who is the photographer doing those photographs?" So she's gonna have like a national reputation here pretty soon. And all the musicians that have performed. I can't list all of you, but I am so appreciative of everyone's enthusiasm and support for this project. It would be so cool to have another live jazz venue in Milwaukee. And it's not just musicians, but also poets and comedians too. We also want to invite poets and comedians to do live performances at this venue in the future. We had Mario Willis and Kavan Cortez. They were our two poets. And then we had Chastity Washington and Anton Johnson for our comedians that did these promotional events. We also had a classical cellist, Charlie Rasmussen. He did a performance last Saturday. And we had a gospel keyboardist, Quentin Wormley, do a performance back in April. That was just to showcase that we also plan to do some things outside of jazz that would mainly be held on Sundays, the gospel and classical music in outside Rotunda area that we propose to have. So today our final performance, couldn't be more honored to have Neil Davis, the guitarist from Milwaukee. Yeah. Everybody knows Neil. And so we'll talk with him in a little bit so we can find out what he's been doing recently. We've got Yanni Chudnow on drums. This is his, yeah. Give it up. Yeah, well, Neil, this is Neil's officially his second time doing one of these promotional events. Yanni, this is his second time also, just kind of like incidental, right? Like they kind of joined in on CC's gig, right? And then now you're doing Neil's here, right? Yeah. Well, thank you so much for participating in this. And then we got Sam Catral. Okay, I'm still getting to know Sam. Yeah. Yeah. I heard him play though. He's really good. I heard him at St. Kate's a couple weeks ago. And Dan Schneck, I've known him longer than he knows me. I've known you for about 5 years. I've watched your gigs and stuff. So yeah, Dan is awesome on the organ. He does a Hammond organ, and he does some pretty cool stuff online too. So this is our quartet here for today. We'll turn it over to them, and then we'll talk with Neil. It'd be kind of fun to talk with Dan too, if it's okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll have like an official sit-down interview here. It'll just last about 5-10 minutes or so. Okay. Turn it over.
you. That first song was our version of a piece called "Out of Nowhere," and we're really lucky here to have Dan Schneck on the organ. We're going to continue on now with other songs that we love to play, and then we're going to have Heinzel come up and talk too for a minute. I'm not sure when he wants to do that, but I guess he will when he wants to. So this next song is our version of the song "Night and Day." Yeah, yeah.
That song was like 20 minutes long.
Yeah. Talking.
Can you sit there?
Dan's gonna sit too.
Yeah.
Can I?
And I don't mean to leave you guys out. You guys, I'm sure you guys by the way, like in the future, I should clarify like if when we have gigs and stuff, like I hope to keep doing this like when we have our actual venue, like people would be doing interviews and stuff and talking with musicians and stuff, and so like when you guys come back and play, then yeah, because it's supposed to be not just entertainment but also educational, so people can get to know musicians, and you know young people aspiring musicians can get to know what it's like to be a real musician like you guys. So and since you're here right now, let's see, and then I'm sure Neil will come over and join us. By the way, I just want to say, like, you guys are so tight, like the communication between, like, while you're playing, like you weren't supposed to be here today.
No, I got the call last minute.
like literally last minute, right? Like, was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
But you know all these tunes?
Yeah, I know the tunes. I've played them with Neil before. I've known Neil for a while, but I think it's going on 17, 18 years now. So
okay,
we've learned to communicate pretty well.
Okay, yeah, like on stage. Wait, how many years did you say? 17?
17,
Yeah,
18 years.
18 years.
About 18 years.
We met at a jam session at a place called Bartlett's. That's no longer there.
Yeah.
It's in New Berlin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
And we were, we always, I don't know. Dan and I have we share an affinity for off-color humor, and so we have a lot to talk about when we get together. And Dan is. When I met Dan, oh my God, let's see. When I met Dan, he was a lot better than me, and he was very. He was one of the first musicians that I met that I looked up to, that also liked what I was doing. So that was cool. Like, I was like, all right, this maybe I got some of this. Anyway, so the thing with the band is that we play a lot at St. Kate, the St. Kate Hotel, which was the Intercontinental, and now is completely refurbished into a fantastic arts hotel. And we've been lucky to get a lot of gigs there, and get to perform a lot and hone our sound. And our sound revolves around an idea that improvisation is not just about improvising within the harmony, but also improvising with the form in the moment. We don't want to play without form, but we want to manipulate the form in real time, so that if we feel like going to a background figure, or going to a drum solo and then soloing again, and then doing a drum solo again and soloing again, and then doing a background figure, we can. We don't have to spend too much time, I guess, in our thing. I guess just kind of going through what we already know how to do. We want to try to like make it fresh in the moment by manipulating it in the moment. And Dan has just kind of dropped into this, and he does a great job. So it's awesome. Our bassist is a guy named George Ballesteros, who I guess I'm going to tell the story because it's kind of interesting. The first gig we ever did was at the estate, and I had never met George before. I wish he was here because it's more fun to tell the story when he's here.
He was here.
And he was here 2 weeks ago. So George is a young guy, and I was saying, let's play this tune, let's play that tune. And he was like, oh, I don't know that one, or I can't remember that one, or whatever. And I was like, oh, might be a hard night. And then he was like, oh, yeah, but I have perfect pitch. And I was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'll play an intro of the form for 32 bars, and then you just learn it, and we'll just go. And that's kind of how it started. And we were like, all right, if the guy has, perfect pitch, then we don't really have to, I don't really have to call tunes because I already have things I want to say over those anyways. So let's just go for it. And it worked out. And it has worked out with George.
Yeah, real quick, we never had this conversation before, and I didn't know he had perfect pitch, but I played with him 2 or 3, maybe 3 times, and it was the same experience where I just started playing, and he heard, like, the last gig we did here, we were just making stuff up on the spot, and I'd never talked with him about what harmonic progressions I was going to be doing, but he just listened and picked up right on the spot. It was really incredible.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. And then we have Yanni and Sam. They're over there. I don't know why.
I asked.
Did you kick them out?
They're younger. We got to get you guys.
Well, let's. Can we have them? Can they talk for a minute too? Because
just to be aware of the time, we probably don't want to carry on more than another 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll play one more closing thing, but
okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, talk for a minute.
Okay. While you guys are getting situated, what's Dan's background? So, like, I've actually known you for 4 years. I've gone to a lot of your gigs, and you wouldn't know because I was in the audience. But then we just met like past after COVID. I went to the Blue, and then I just saw you there and we talked. But what's your background with keys? Like, how long have you been playing keys, and what drew you to the Hammond?
So, to me, the Hammond's been everything. My background is I started when I was like 4. I learned from my great-grandmother. So I have a story on my website. I tell it. She was an amputee, and I just loved watching her play. So I would sit on the floor in front of her one leg, and she was working this amazing machine and flipping all these switches, and I would just sit and listen to this sound and I just fell in love with it. So that's kind of how I got my start. And then my parents.
How old were you?
4. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, and so my mother was musical, and she got me lessons, and I studied with, which I found out years later. I was sitting at the packing house, and a guy by the name of Jeff Stoll used to play.
I was going to mention it because you got the foot keys.
Yeah, yeah. He was one of the only guys in town that I had met, to that point who did that. And the cool part of the story for me is I sat there all night and I listened to this guy. I was like, man, the way he chords sounds really familiar, and it turned out we had the same instructor, so he learned from the same guy.
But he wasn't your instructor.
No. We just met years later. Yeah.
So who was your instructor then?
His name was Bill Odden. He taught out of Menominee Falls.
Okay. Yeah. It's the same setup. I went to where was it? The Brewtown Eatery.
Yeah.
And he was playing there, and they would invite people to sit in and with the band, and he'd have the foot pedals, and he'd be playing bass just like it's really
killer
cool.
player, killer ear.
Yeah.
So, and just to go back to what Neil said for a moment, I love what he said about being in the moment, because this guy is one of the best at that. So I just have so much fun. He keeps everybody on his toes, I think, in town, man. Composing on the spot, man. So he makes me sweat a little bit.
Yeah, but it's really great. It's like all of a sudden there's a guitar cadenza right in the middle of it, and everybody understands what's going on, and you guys all respond and react to it in a very, very timely fashion. And you have to be really attentive to what's going on. You have to really be listening. What other skill sets you have to have to be able to do that?
It's all about listening. I guess on this instrument, for me, it's about another reason I love playing with this group is they know how to groove, just hold a pocket. So it's really about listening, watching. It's a different way of communicating, and holding the pocket. So, Yanni, you're holding the pocket, man. No, Yanni's.
Did Neil want you guys to say something?
I'm 17.
17? Are you really? Why don't- why-
Oh yeah, I'm 60.
so, and Yanni, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Yeah. Okay. So we're I mean, let's we'll talk with you guys sometime in the future. We're like I said, we're gonna do this in the future when we have our actual venue, and we want to keep streaming these like live online or have some type of some type of production set up. So we'll be doing this in the future for sure. But right now it'd be really cool to keep going with some music. And I just want to say real quick. Also, we this event we were supposed to have Governor Tony Evers come to attend this. He my neighbor over there knows him and talked with him, and then Tony Evers said, have him send me like a formal invite. So I did, and then he didn't respond or anything, so he's not here. But we do have the next best thing. We got our board presidents here, so we'll have him say a few. Demetrius Foster is here. We're gonna have him say a few closing words at the end, so we can save like just 2 minutes at the end. But all right, sounds great. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I want to thank Neil Davis, Dan Schneck, right? Yanni Chudnow, Sam Catral. I'm getting his name down. I'm getting to know him. He's only 17, so I got that excuse. I got to give. Yeah, nice job, Raul. Really talented. Who is your teacher?
He's not 17. Yeah, I'm actually. That's a joke.
Oh, okay. Oh, you passed for 17. Okay. All right. And then I want to give a shout out to two more people. We got Lynn. Lynn's around here somewhere. She's she's cooked and catered for a lot of these events. She's been really fantastic. And then Rebecca, who's doing the sound behind the scenes. She doesn't have to. You don't have to get in front of the camera if you don't want. She's right here, literally right here. What's your last name? Went. That's right. I knew that. Rebecca Went. She's been helping out today and 2 weeks ago. Not with Charlie, but with who was doing that gig? I can't remember. What was it? Mrs. Fun. That's right, Mrs. Fun. Yeah. She's been helping out with the sound these last two performances, and I think we're starting to develop something here. So we would carry this over into the future for our real venue in the future. We hope to keep things live in person, but also live online, and we'd have a type of production set up so that people in remote areas would also be able to enjoy the music that we put on and understand what we're doing. So this is it. We couldn't have had better weather for our final day. You know, notice we don't have the canopy. It blew away on Tuesday in the storm, and I was just hoping, well, maybe we'll get lucky with the weather for the last one, and we did. This is amazing to have this type of weather for our final event. This has been so much fun these last 6 months. Really, it's been since May when we've been doing these outdoors like this in person. I want to thank everybody that's participated and the audience. And like I said, September is going to be all about fundraising and preparing for grant writing in October. And hopefully we can get all our grants in October so that we can begin construction on the facility in December. We're thinking about having Greenfire as our contracting company. Quorum Architects is the Allison Nemec with Quorum Architects is the architect that designed the renderings and the blueprints that you see online. Our music school is a not-for-profit organization. It's a 501c3. We have a board, and we have a board president. All of the people on our board are from that community and are very passionate about this particular project. They believe it's something that can really help their community or contribute to their community and help to develop a musical presence in their neighborhoods. So that's why I'd like to close out our entire promotional season with a few words from our board president, Demetrius. Hey, Neil, I got to interrupt you over there. Neil. Hey, I got to invite Demetrius over here real quick to say a few things. All right, so our board president is Demetrius Foster. Demetrius is from Sherman Park. Maybe you could just introduce yourself and explain how you feel this might benefit your community.
Should I be on my toes, or can we bring this down?
Yeah, we can do this out there.
Yeah, I'm not 6'6". What am I looking at? I'm looking over here. Hello. So, yeah, I'm here to speak very impromptu. I'm Demetrius Foster. As Heinzel mentioned, I'm serving as the board president for the Sherman Griffin project. And I will say that, you know, he asked me about 10 minutes ago to get up and speak, and I didn't know what to think. But after he connected me, he put me on the same level as a governor, I figure I can speak in front of anybody. So let me go ahead and say a couple of words and probably get launch my campaign tonight too for the next governor. But so what's it been, about a year? So basically, you know, I like to get involved and as much as possible. There's things going on in the city, and I'm a 20-year veteran in education, and recently stepped away from education as a teacher, a coach, and an assistant principal. So now I'm doing real estate, but I still have that connection to education. And I signed up for a listserv just to receive emails last year about different things, funding, financial, just business ventures and things of that going on in the city. And I received an email about the Sherman Griffin project that I knew nothing about. So opened up the email and found that Heinzel is planning to do a music school in our neighborhood in a jazz club. Well, I said, well, that's two great things. For one, we're bringing something great into my neighborhood, which I loved. And then number two, we're doing something for the children in the neighborhood, which is great. And I think with those two things, just those two things alone would be great. And looking forward to having the Sherman Griffin project come to Milwaukee. Come to my neighborhood, Sherman Park. I'm just happy to be a part of this. Things are growing, things are improving day by day, week by week, as I see Heinzel put together these music series, and just the support that he's getting and the growing following. And I just can't wait till soon we're going to have this take place in the building on 38th and Center Street. So thank you everybody for coming. Look forward to seeing you all in the future.
Okay, thank you so much also for all the viewers online and everybody that has been sending messages, making donations, asking questions. Just keep doing that, even though we're not going to be doing these promotional events anymore. Just keep in touch with me so we can have a proper dialogue about this event. And we hope to see you sometime in the future at our actual venue located at 3825 West Center Street. Thank you so much.